You better pick up one as soon as those pre-orders come out. If you don't pick one up, you'll never be able to find one ever again. We're only going to do one run of these, and that's it. After that, they're gone. Online play is going to be amazing. You're going to miss out on so much if you do not pre-order this. These are some of the things that I was told before I purchased this. This is Gaga Guy 88 coming at you again from the boiler room, obviously. And I want to talk a little bit about my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 experience. This is my soon-to-be sold cab. Someone should be picking it up tonight. Whenever they announced Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in the community, there was just an uproar of excitement. There's so many things that people were saying. There were so many positive reviews. There's so much coming from the company. We were actually getting communications about something. And it really led to what some have called FOMO. And I truly believe that our K1UP did a very good job of creating FOMO for this. We were told that this is it, one and done. If you don't get it now, you're just going to be a sucker. Like you're going to be left to side while the rest of us are just sitting around playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 all day long in our arcade. That's the way it felt. They didn't say that, but that's the way it felt in the community. So many people were rushing to pre-order this. And if you remember, whenever it came out, people who had pre-ordered were waiting for their orders to come in while people were going out to stores and just buying them. In fact, I believe on a recent show, Michael B. even mentioned that he'd go out to the store right now and buy one. That's how common these are now, these here. As far as the online play goes, that's something else that we were promised right up front, and it left a real sour taste in my mouth for the arcade whenever I got it. I built it, and it just no one was ever on. If they were on and we played, it was terrible. They said you have to have the proper internet. They have to have the proper internet. There has to be a certain ping. If they don't have the right ping and you have they have the right ping, you don't have the right ping, it messes everything up. Super glitchy, and overall, just a horrible experience. Here recently, I made a short where I thought, you know what, I want to pick it up again, try to play it, try to get some money back on it, and absolutely barren. No one's online at all. And there's a reason for that. One, obviously being that they didn't make millions and millions of these, like you see with an Xbox or PlayStation, something like that. But the other reason is this is just not a very good experience. People don't want to play online because it's just not very good. And that's just sad to me. At least in my area. Maybe there's some areas where people can get on and they have a great time and they don't have any glitches. They don't have anything happening, and yeah. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, it does hold, at least in my heart, it's a special place. Whenever I was growing up on our original Xbox, we had Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And me and my brothers would play it. Me and my cousins, friends would come over, and we kind of had our own little thing going where we'd, see who was the best one. And, that was just a great time to me. So whenever this is announced, I was like all on board. I was like, no, I have to get one of those. Like, I absolutely have to get one of those. And FOMO was created by the company. And, some FOMO was created by the community itself and YouTubers. Inadvertently, I don't know if they were really trying to push anything. You can leave that up to your own, your own judgment call on that. But they were excited. The community was excited. And whenever you're excited about something, you talk about it. And you talk about it a lot. And you bring it up a lot. And you just go on and on and on about it. And everyone's talking about how great this thing's going to be. Well, then you get excited and you want to buy one too. I mean, that's just with anything. I mean, look at Stanley Cups right now. It's a cup. It's no different than any other cup, but people are talking about it, and it makes other people want one. How many Stanley ads have you seen? I've seen zero ads for Stanley Cups, but everyone's talking about it, so it creates kind of a FOMO, and I think that's kind of what happened with the arcade community. Um, and you know, I'm not placing blame on anyone in particular. I'm not saying YouTubers are evil and they did this and blah blah blah. I just think everyone was excited, and what we were promised, which the YouTubers were just repeating from Arcade One Up, is not what we got, unfortunately. Sticks and buttons, the lag on it, awful. Online's just terrible. And even after they got the online going, you know, to kind of soothe us, I had such a bad taste in my mouth for this cab just because of how much I was disappointed. And I felt like a lot of the community members felt that way too. Even whenever they finally got it up and going, it almost was kind of too late. So I've been needing some room in the boiler room because I do have something else that I do want to show you guys in another video here. But I don't want to go over why I'm selling mine personally. And I did mention I'm not much of a fighter. Like, not fighters. I just don't play very many fighting games per se. And so whenever I do want to play one, I want to make sure it's like it's a really good experience. Like, I want to play. I want to not sit there and say, well, this doesn't feel right and this doesn't feel right and why is this like this? You know, I want to go, you know, back like it was in the arcade days where you just walked up and you just everything worked and felt good. So that's what I think really drags me down with this. Even whenever my friends come over that do play fighting games, they play maybe 2 or 3 rounds with this, and it just sits there. And unfortunately, that's kind of where it's at. But I do have someone coming tonight to pick it up. It's a fantastic looking cab. Like, I think it does look nice. It definitely did a good job on the design itself, I think. But the emulation, the online play, the fake FOMO, and that feeling of just grimy deceit is kind of, I hate to use those words, but that's just kind of how I felt. And I believe that this cabinet was the beginning of people having a real issue with Arcade One Up. Blitz was after this, or around the same time, I should say. I don't quite know for sure, but it definitely left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. And then they started looking around. And once you, they always say, once you pull the string on the sweater, it all starts to come undone. And I feel like for some people, that's what happened. And unfortunately, whenever you lie to your customer base, that's what's going to happen. And I hate it because I had so much expectation for this. I thought for sure my friends and family that played with me growing up would be so excited to see this and be able to play. But it just kind of sits a lot. But I definitely want to have a fighter, at least 1 or 2 in my arcade, because, you know, people do like to do that. So I do have people come over a lot. We have friends that come over, you know, every few weekends, you know, every couple weeks, I should say, that come down just to play different arcade games. So I definitely want to put something else to replace this that's better. That's the whole point. I want to make the arcade better. So you'll be seeing a video here soon of something that I picked up. I'm so excited about it. I cannot wait to show you all. But just stay tuned. I promise that some good stuff's coming down the road. But when it comes to our Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you know, you can beat that. This is easily beatable. I mean, just so many things wrong with it, especially from the beginning. You can't beat that. You can beat it.